Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Krishnaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Prachari Nirvishesha Sunnavadi Paschata Deshata Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Kelly. Krishna Krishna Hare Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare
Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Rama. Hare Hare. Very nice. Thank you. Mahatma Prabhu, he will take. He will help you. Atharva Prabhu, you want to take the harmonium? One is not joining. You want to send a little text. Mother Kelly, can you text also Amrita to come on the Zoom? Maybe we can pray for her. Her father is just diagnosed with something. That's where she left. Okay. Hare Krishna, dear Prabhus and mothers. Very happy to be here. It's the excitement that we went through this journey for 1.5 months. Are you all ready to go back home or you want to stay here? Stay here forever. Purnachandra Prabhu is smiling. Today he's smiling louder because he sees that you all want to stay here. He wants you to come back. Also, we are very thankful to Purnachandra Prabhu for arranging such a wonderful and of course His Holiness Bhakti Charu Maharaj for his inspiration, encouragement. He could see future potential facility for illuminating our hearts and elevating our consciousness. This is required. Alachua is recorded, so I can't say everything. Alachua, Mother Mukha sent me texts like, why can't you do it here? I said, you don't have a facility. Well, let's create the facility. I said, they have facility. We're not in competition. They need us. But Mother Mukha was nice to you. Remember last time? Guys. Yeah. So this is a beautiful, quiet place. Actually, I like this more than other because it's very quiet, middle of nowhere. Yeah. Even Mother Sema Gauri Devi, last night she came. She runs a big project. She said, yeah, this is very quiet place. And Atharva Prabhu really exhibited as a loyal son. So that was very nice. Mother Amrita is not here because her father just got diagnosed with some cancer. I don't know if she's online. She's going to join. Then we're going to pray for her father. It's good to keep this group, at least with this Dylan group. In our journey, when you feel some affection, care, protection from some other devotee, let it grow. Don't try to ignore or reject it. I used to do that. I was not really personal. So if a rascal like me can transform, you all are already advanced. You can do better. So we are finishing today with 3 chapters, chapter 17, 18, and 19. Actually, it's very funny. The whole 1.5 months was very nice. Even in Nectar of Devotion, Nectar of Instruction, that everybody took care there. Last day, we didn't have anybody, but Mother Kaylee is volunteering to represent the 2 chapters. Jagannath Prabhu was is little maybe nervous, so she took voluntarily. And then 19th chapter, Mother Amrita, she's not there yet. She just went to home because her father got sick and she felt like she's very attached to her father. So I'll represent that. We'll learn probably. And then last session, 4 to 6, those who are listening online, you all can contribute, not can, you must contribute with few things. One is what you take away, some reflection, assimilation, and some practical how we can help also other and share this knowledge. And hopefully, you reminded me now, hopefully the 7 subject matter, 7 key points to transform this knowledge into, what did I say? The 7 steps to get rid of anarthas. But what is the purpose of knowledge? Somebody help me. Transformation. More we are educated, more we will be committed. Prabhupada did not just say chant Hare Krishna, even though you can find the reference. 9.3 Bhagavad Gita, what did Prabhupada say? That philosophy without religion is dry speculation. Can you see that after whole course? Yes or no? Yes, thank you. Religion without philosophy is sentimentalism. I add, Prabhupada didn't say, Prabhupada says sentimentalism. I am adding Sahajiyism. That mentality is there. In even some extent within our movement, some people think like this. And you can read, because today's chapter will actually emphasize. And please write it down, Brahma Samhita, that 58 verse. Prabuddhe Gena Bhaktapam Atmani Ananda Chinmayi Udeti Anuttama Bhakti Bhagavad Prema Lakshana. We join Krishna consciousness movement to attain Krishna Prem or to awaken Krishna Prem. What was the understanding? To awaken, not attain. It's a big difference, subtle word means it is already there. You just wait. So to awaken Krishna Prem, whenever you are excited with experience, whether it's kirtan, nice prasadam, or sadhu sangha, whatever experience you are excited by, it has to carry two principles. Atharva Prabhu. You remember those two principles. One is, it will evoke service. You want to please Krishna. You really want to please. Whatever that experience. And another is cognition, relationship, sambit potency, cognition. These two has to follow. In order to awaken Udeti Anuttama Bhakti. Udeti means awakening love. We have to have these two components. Is that clear with everyone? Okay. Those who are listening online. So today, chapter, other day I discussed about, we have three sets of heart. And we also discussed what is the difference between mind and the heart. Today all three chapters is all dealing with the heart. But when I say heart, I'm pointing here, physical heart. This is not, but we are not talking about physical heart. We're talking about the heart where Krishna, where's the heart? Mahatma Prabhu is in the center of, no, heart is in the center of consciousness. Thank you. And consciousness means thinking, willing, feeling. So heart in the center of consciousness. So when we are talking about experiencing this chapter 17 beginning, so I'll give you a little brief. Chapter 17 is what is Bhava Bhakti. So let's get reciting these 4 verses. But before that, Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu is divided because today is the last day. I'm asking too many questions. Just tolerate me. I appreciate you tolerating. This nectar of devotion is divided into how many parts? 4. Good. You can say a little louder. I'm getting a little deaf, I think. You're speaking loud enough. 4. So this 4, but we are focusing in Bhakti Shastri only one of the 4, and that is Eastern wave. Eastern wave also has a 4 division. First is Samanna Bhakti, means definition of Bhakti. What is pure love? Definition. And the second part is Sadhana Bhakti. Sadhana Bhakti constitute of chapter 2 to 16. And chapter 1 was explaining the characteristics, 6 characteristics of pure love, pure bhakti. And then 17, 18 today, it's describes, Rupa Goswami describes about Bhava Bhakti. What is Bhava Bhakti? So what is the purpose of sadhana? We are doing sadhana every day. If we don't focus, when you drive, if you don't focus your destiny, where's the guarantee you will reach? Or maybe you will miss the exit and keep on driving until you ran out of gas, and then you refill the gas tank maybe. And then you'll say, where are you going? I'm going somewhere. That's not good in bhakti. I mean, honestly, I didn't focus till today. A lot of devotees, they just think like, okay, we are chanting 16 noun for equality principle, but that's not our purpose. First question is why? You remember why? Then how? Then what? Or you can switch the legs to. But why has to be always? Why we do things we do? Why we follow the 16 nouns and four equality principle? So therefore, the first verse, the introduction was so important that what purpose drove Chaitanya Mahaprabhu or Rupa Goswami to give us this. So we focus on that. Why? This is the purpose. Then how is the 16 round, four equality principle, and all other prasadam, non-offered, we don't eat. Like all the rules are why. So how we do it? So we finished yesterday sadhan bhakti, and today we are going to talk that immediate result of this sadhana is bhava bhakti. And ultimate result of bhava bhakti or sadhana is prema bhakti. But today we will also find out that bhava and sadhana is inseparable. Just like you cook rice, you need fire. What do you need first? Rice. But rice is not enough. They're interdependent. Sadhana and bhava, all these components, they are also interdependent. Interdependent means you have to have all this together. Otherwise, it will not produce the result. So sadhana, so if you want to cook rice, you need rice. What else you need? You need a pot. You need fire. Now, if you say, I don't care, I don't need the pot. I'll just need the rice and I'll just eat it. How do you eat it? Well, I'll just throw it in the fire and then I'll eat it. Well, it will burn into ashes. If you're not familiar how this bhakti actually progress, you may wrong way. And even if you know, that's not enough. Somebody has to teach you that just putting the rice in the pot with the fire is not enough. You need water. So all these things has a purpose. You follow. Without each other, it will not work. If you have a water and you have a rice, but no fire, it won't make rice. So it's like interdependent. Everybody understand that concept. Okay. So I have a few questions before we begin. Where is Mother Kane? Huh? Oh, she'll be. Okay. Is spiritual maturity can occur if we find the right formula? That's a question. Is spiritual maturity or prem, love of Godhead, this is what today's subject is. Bhava, sadhan we did so far. Now today talking about bhava, the result, ecstatic. I'm using the English word, a Sanskrit word, because I can relate better. But if you are familiar only with English, that's fine too. So purpose of daily practice to take us to a level of ecstatic symptom. And when we say ecstatic symptom, I really want everybody to understand ecstatic symptom. There are a few things. Maybe you can write it down or you can just remember it. Ecstatic symptom interesting. The ecstatic symptom is not a product of this material world. Tears, the liquid part that comes out of the eye, it's a matter. Tears is matter. But when we talk about ecstatic symptom, crying is not a product of matter. Even though it looks like 1973 when Prabhupada was crying, it was not a crying of an ordinary living being. Because ordinary living being, when they cry, it's shedding tears is made of water. There are two types of cry. But when we talk about ecstatic symptom, today we'll learn, this is not a product of matter, like earth, air, water, fire, ether. No, not that. But it appears like that. What we are right now in this life, this body, this mind, this heart, we got this package and we are cooking our heart, you can say, to produce this result, sumptuous, delicious Krishna Prem. What we hold right now is a gift of Krishna. What you transforming, becoming, you're going to offer it to Krishna. That's what you are preparing. You follow? Because ultimate love of Godhead has to be sanctioned by Krishna. If anybody has Chaitanya Charitamrita, because this question will come later on in your life. Do I have Krishna Prem or Krishna has to sanction it? How does it work? I don't want you to call me or go in a doubt. You rather have a complete understanding that it is actually. So you write the question. Maybe you can write the question. Is Krishna Prem eternally inside us, or we are going to develop it? So whoever has it, Mother Alwani, where did she go? She's not here. I thought she asked the question, huh?
She's on Zoom.
Oh, you are on Zoom? I don't see her. Okay, but if you have a Chaitanya Charitamrita 7.14, Antalila. So, am I the maker of my ecstatic symptom in this life, or actually it is predestined that I'm going to witness, explore, experience? Would anybody like to answer? Okay, hold on to that question. Let us pray with these four. Did you put four verses here? You have any other source for the four verses? Okay, I think we all know those four verses. So let's go with it. We all know. I'm assuming. I'm hoping. We all know, including Jagannath Prabhu. He's here. Okay, let us chant those four mantras. Anna vilasita sunnam yena karmadi anabritam anukullena Krishna anushīlanam bhaktiruttama sarvopadi vinirmuktam tatparatena nirmalam rishikena. First is I am. First is me. Rishikena means me, my senses, through my senses. Rishikesha, to God. So Rishikena, one more time. Sarvopadi vinirmuktam tatparatena nirmalam Rishikesha sevanam bhaktir uchyate atha Sri Krishna namadhi nabhavet grayam indriye sevan mukhehi jibbado swayameva spurati adha anasaktasya vishayan jataraham upajunjata nirbandha Krishna sambandhe yuktam vairagyam uchyate. And I hope you share this to others and apply this to your life. First one was, what is pure love? We are seeker of pure love. So is pure love predestined in your heart, or you are making it, or you are attaining it? What does that mean? In South India means yes. In Bengal means no. So when you shake your head, I have to think you are South Indian. Oh, you are American. So I don't know. They are shaking head. Are they aligned with South Indian or Bengalis? So and one more verses. Nana Shastra Vichara Nipuna Sadharma Samstapaka Lokanam Hitakarina Tribhuvane Mano Sarana Karo Radha Krishna Padara Binda Bhajana Nande Namatalika Bande Rupa Sanatana Raghujuga Sri Jiva Gopalaka Bande Rupa Sanatana Raghujuga Sri Jiva Gopalaka Om Jnanati Mirandhasya Ghenanjana Salakaya Chakshurun Militam Jena Tasmai Sri Gurube Namah Sri Chaitanya Manovistam Stapitam Jena Bhutale Shayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Padantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Juta Pada Kamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavangscha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatanitam Tam Sajivam Sadaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishakha Nitamscha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Simate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunnavadi Paschat Deshatarine Pancha Kalpa Taruvesha Kripa Sindhu Vacha Patitanam Pavanebho Vaishnavebho Namo Namo Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Rama. So first question answer. Madam Alwani is here. Good. You can sit here. There's an empty spot. Anyone has this verse 7.14 Antalila?
Yes.
Can you take the microphone? Mahatma Prabhu, microphone is there.
Leela, chapter 7, verse 14. Prema prakasa nahe, Krishna Sakti vine, Krishna eka prema data, Sastra Praman. Without being especially empowered by Krishna, one cannot manifest ecstatic love for Krishna. For Krishna is the only one who gives ecstatic love. That is the verdict of all religious scriptures.
What did you hear, Phil?
Ecstatic love for Krishna can only be attained if he gives it to you in manifest passion.
So we cannot produce that. It has to be sanctioned or given to us. So what we are doing then?
We're uncovering it. We have to get rid of our own sick desires to ourselves. Please Krishna, our unmotivated service to him for his.
Okay, everybody paid attention what he said. This is very nice key point. Two things. We have to have a positive and negative. Positive is that we want to develop that greed. I want it, my Lord. Please engage me. Please, I want to serve you. And at the same time, we reform, transform our character, develop a good attitude, get rid of anarthas. So both has to be there. Then Krishna will grant it. It is within us. It is within us. But Krishna will not, even though within us, but it depends in his hand. He has to sanction it. He's going to. So what is our 1133 Bhagavad Gita? What is our endeavor then? Become an instrument. Tasmat uttishtata jaso labhasya. Nimitta matra bhavasabhasachi. So what we are trying to do, that what Philip going to get, ultimately, it's already done. But it is in the hand of Krishna. It is in his heart, but he has to sanction it. When he will sanction, seeing his endeavor. Endeavor for what? Two things. Negative and positive. Negative means get rid of anarthas, unwanted. Oh, I don't know, to serve him. I'll think about it. No. You have to have a good greed to serve him. Also, you don't want to bring anything non-devotional, unfavorable things. Then he will grant it. Very good. Give him a very nice. Very good. Got it. Okay, with that note, I'm going to also give a little, before Mother Kelly present her wonderful presentation she prepared, that what is this ecstatic bhava or ecstatic symptom that we are talking about it. So chapter 18, she will explain that there are 9 symptoms. And I want all of you to remember this whole life. No one can imitate nor conceal these symptoms. It is not something, take little chili powder in your eyes and I'm crying for Krishna. It's not going to work. You can try that, but it doesn't work that way. So, as I mentioned, what we are now is Krishna's gift. What we are becoming, we are giving gift to Krishna back. So this is whole turning back or returning back home, back to Godhead. What do you mean back home, back to Godhead? Coming who we are, what Krishna gave, we are developing those quality and finally we are giving our gift to Krishna. Here I am to serve you, please you forever. This is very important. So bhava, this ecstatic bhava is a taste for Krishna, but it's also produced more taste for Krishna, an ecstatic symptom. And this is what main focus today. Bhava is spiritual, or you can write ecstatic symptom is spiritual and independent of matter. I'm not feeling well, so I may not experience bhava, love for Krishna. That is wrong. Everybody understand? You cannot give any material cause for experiencing spiritual ecstasy. You may be old, you may not be able to dance, doesn't matter. You may not have Chaitanya Charan Prabhu, I was teasing over the phone other day. I said, so how do you dance? He said, I try to dance inside because he used the crutches. I said, your mind is full of dancing all the time. I can see that. That's why you come with the bubbling of Krishna taste. He said, oh, no. I said, I try to dance. Nacho gao bhakta sange kara sankirtan Krishna nami upadeshi tara sarvajan. This is the final verdict of Lord Chaitanya in Chaitanya Charitamrita. Nacho gao bhakta sange kara sankirtan Krishna nami upadeshi tara sarvajan. So advancement means achar and prachar, not just achar. Achar means I'll go to Radha Kund and do my bhajan. This is achar, but not prachar. Has to be both. Mahaprabhu's final verdict is Nacho ga bhakta sange kara sankirtan. Same thing Mahaprabhu was told to Haridas Thakur. Achar karen keho na kare prachar, prachar karen keho na kare achar, achar prachar karaho dui karjo tumi sarvaguru jagate rarjo. Logan, you may feel like, what is talking about? These are the verses, but you don't have to remember now. Just hearing is good enough. This is very powerful, those verses, because Lord Chaitanya spoke. So my point is that our focus after finishing this course, that we should practice rigidly, also sharing with others, constant. You follow? Then you are pleasing Mahaprabhu and you will experience. I pray for all of you. I also pray for myself, and you also please pray for me so we can all experience ecstatic symptom, which is like a ray of sun, or you can say it is a part of prema, but it is not prema. Prema and bhava, the difference is intensity. Like a sun rays in a cloudy day, it is sun. You see, wherever the sun rays, it's illuminate. But when you see completely cloud removed or consciousness purified, then you will experience the Lord's presence in your heart. Elevation of consciousness is the most important. Another, I'm sure you all remember, I did talk about the consciousness. There is 5 levels. Everybody familiar, remember, right? From covered consciousness, we elevate to contracting consciousness. Avarita chetana to sankuchita chetana. Then to budding. Budding means mukulita. About to experience, about to bloom, about to blossom. This is called budding. What is that? Human being. Human consciousness is supposed to be budding stage. Then above budding stage, now in human, Bhaktivinoda Thakur divide into 5 categories. What are those? Immoral atheist. Above them, moral atheist. Above them, moral theist. Who are moral theists? Those who join in Hare Krishna movement. They are moral theists. But that is 3rd level. You have to go to the 5th level in human body. Above them, you're surrendering. 5 things. Be conscious of Krishna and be conscious of Krishna's relation with everyone and everything. What's the second? Become his devotee. 3rd, serve him. 4th, surrender. 5th,
share.
share. That's good. That means your consciousness already, when you're focusing and acting on it, your consciousness already. What is Krishna consciousness? Krishna Bhavanamrita. What is Krishna consciousness? It's the highest peak. We already have a pure, the soul has a pure consciousness originally, just like water. When water comes from the cloud or from sky, it's pure. But as soon as it hits the gutter, what happens? Dirt. It's not drinkable anymore. Thank you. That's called conditioned life. So what we are trying now, abstracting all the unwanted things on earth, and then we are back to pure. 8.139, if you have Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya-lila, 8.139, you look at it, Prabhupada said originally we had a pure consciousness, but we want to become Krishna consciousness. Don't create doubt like, did we have not? How did we come? Well, this is the answer. One way to look at it. So what are the 9 symptoms? I'm going to just give a little brief, and then you're going to focus from her presentation, and you're going to take it in your heart and keep it forever in your heart and share with others. So 9 characteristics are as follows. This is a beautiful verse. Skanti abhyartha kalattam virakti mahana sunnata asabandha samutkanta nama gane sadaruchi asakti tadgunakhane priti tad basati stale iti adda priti ankare jane. If you have accepted ISKCON Guru and somebody challenge, is your Guru pure devotee? Because they do challenge sometime from outside. How do you prove it? These 9 symptoms. Skanti, Abharta Kalattam, Birakti, Manasunnata, Asabandha, Samutkanta, Namagane, Sadaruchi, Ashakti Tat Gunakane, Priti Tat Basati Stale, Iti Adda Priti Ankarajane. This is the definition of one who is awakening pure love. There are three types of Mahabhagavat. And somebody will tell me how ISKCON leaders, spiritual leader, they fit in this. Because we are talking all about ecstatic symptom. Try to connect it in your life, in your temple, in your community. So when you see those personality, you're saying, oh, that person has bhav. I want to associate with. In Nectar of Instruction, Prabhupada says there are, ISKCON is growing on basis of loving exchange. How many types? 6. Very good, Mother Anna. What are the 6? Would you like to say it? Take the microphone.
Offering gifts and charity, accepting charitable gifts, revealing with wine and confidence, and providing confidentially, accepting prasad.
Very good. This is how Prabhupada writes, the ISKCON is growing based on these 6 principles. So we have to develop that within us, within our community member. There is no enemy in ISKCON, but we create enemy through our wrong perception. There is no enemy. It is something we need to change ourselves, then we'll see everything is friendly. We can be always in every circumstances, may not be grateful, but we can remain grateful in every circumstances. Yes or no? Say yes. Loudly.
Yes.
Thank you. I'm not forcing you, but you will feel. We may not be appreciating every circumstances. We may not be grateful, but in every circumstances, we can remain or maintain a grateful attitude. This is the whole purpose. So 9 symptoms. First thing is Shanti, not Shanti. Skanti. You already remember these 4 verses. Maybe you should add it. We should say next batch, they should have this verse also. Because this is the symptom, how to identify who is pure or not. Well, if you don't know, if you don't have a measuring stick or standard of measurement, how would you know? You follow? So standard of measurement is this.
What number is it?
This is in this chapter. Well, Prabhupada didn't give those verses. This is in Chaitanya Charitamrita in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. Skanti abhyartha kalattam virakti mana sunnata asabandha samutkanta nama gane sadaruchi. You want to know the verse exact? Yeah, I will, and you can put it on the WhatsApp. That will be nice also. Yeah. This is because we are going to discuss today, half of the class will be about that. Another verse, Phil, 4.165. Because this is another challenge somebody. Every time, whenever there is some challenges, don't run away. Two things, who remembers? Two things you're supposed to do. I was hammering on it. If you have two things, even if you have a material desire and life is full of anarthas, still you'll get success in Krishna Prem. Mahaprabhu said, what are the two things? Louder. Who remembers? Mother Alwani. You don't? No. Liberal mind, liberal attitude, and intelligent. Udar Mahati Sarvattama Buddhi Nana Kaje Bhaje Pai Bhakti Siddhi. You will get Siddhi and Bhakti, Mahaprabhu says. If you have two things, Udar and Mahati. Udar Mahati Sarvattama Buddhi. If you have these two things, this is a very beautiful. It posted? Yeah. Somebody posted? Viraktimana Sunnata. This is a one verse. If you really, you'll feel challenged. Some people will say, how do you know the person you following is pure devotee? He said, can you give me definition? They are pure devotee. No, you are just parroting. You're not explaining. And say, I can tell you where the verse is, Rupa Goswami Pad says. In the midst of all these challenges, do you see Jayapataka Maharaj, how much suffering he goes through? But he's steady. This is called Skanti, first example. Abhyartha Kalattam. Is he spending some time for his own personal sense enjoyment? No. You look at like this. I remember Bhakti Char Maharaj, I was staying with him for a few days. And I can... And this is very nice. This we should actually examine these words. The person we follow, how they are in advance. So I'll give you 3 Bhagavat, Mahabhagavat. One Mahabhagavat is called, this is Jiva Goswami Pad's explanation on that verse. Jiva Goswami Pad's commentary. I love Jiva Goswami Pad's commentary. I love all the acharyas, but Jiva Goswami is very special. Jiva Goswami Pad gave an explanation on this. So first class Mahabhagavat is that I can put a metaphor like they are in the spiritual world, extended their hand in the material world, picking up the soul, training them and bringing them. Will they fall down ever? No. They have two things. They have a pure love within them and they have their spiritual identity. Can you remember that? They know their Swarup. They know their Swarup. Because recently, I know this is public YouTube lecture, but I become bold with that. Because somebody even challenged one ISKCON Guru. Oh, what is your Swarup? Oh, so you don't know your Swarup. That means I feel like I'm not accepting. But this is not how you judge. Yes, there's a one type of Mahabhagavat. They know they are Swarup. Can you remember that? And they have love of Godhead. So they are, you can say first class Mahabhagavat. I'm putting the metaphor. They are in the spiritual world standing, and they're extending their hand to pick up the soul, nurture them, raise them, bring them back. Second category, they have bhav bhakti, prem bhakti. They may not know their Swarup completely. You follow? But they have a love for God. They don't want to speculate. But they also Mahabhagavat, according to Jiva Goswami Pad. And no one is higher authority than Jiva Goswami. Third, they may not know their Swarup, they may not have pure love of Krishna, but they are fully engaged in Krishna consciousness. They are still considered Mahabhagavat, according to Jiva Goswami Pad. And I can send you the reference if you need. And Jiva Goswami Pad says they are training. Only thing you have to be concerned with that kind of Mahabhagavat, that make sure they are fully focused in Krishna consciousness always. Then you are in a good hand. You'll go back home. You don't have to worry. In a shorter version. Is that clear, everybody? So if somebody challenge, you should be prepared. Quote this verse. Skanti abhyartha kalatam virakti manasunata. They don't waste their time. They are not after sense. Virakti means they engage everything, but they don't have attachment to enjoy. They are not craving after sense enjoyment like this. So this is a very good way to start thinking like this.
What verse number was that one?
Which one?
The one about.
This is one of the 9 symptoms. He already put it in the WhatsApp.
Bhakti chapter 23, 18, 19.
Madhya Lila chapter 23, 18 and 19. Those who are online. Mother Premapada Devi, Sushilpa Mataji, Dr. Ramma. Okay.
Can you prove second one? These symptoms what you said.
Three categories Bhagavatam. You know the word Bhagavatam, everybody understands Bhagavat? What is Bhagavat means?
Pure devotee.
No. Connection with Bhagavat. First is Bhagavat Sambandita is Bhagavat. Krishna is not Bhagavat. Krishna is Bhagavat. Short A. Bhagavat. Bhagavad Gita, not Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavatam is about Krishna. But when Krishna is speaking directly, is not Bhagavat, Bhagavad Gita. Anyway, it's not a big deal, but technical on the meaning, a big difference. So, 2 types of Bhagavat. So one Bhagavat, but they are all both related to Bhagavan. If it is not related to Bhagavan, it's not Bhagavat. So 2 types of Bhagavata. Nasta prayasya abhadresya nittam Bhagavata sevaya. So nittam Bhagavata sevaya. We worship every day. We did Guru Puja and we do Bhagavatam. This is Bhagavatam recitation. Bhagavatam recitation, not only just Srimad Bhagavatam. So Jiva Goswami Pad gave the 3 types of Bhakti Bhagavat. Grantha Bhagavat. If you are in Sanskrit, you can write Grantha. Grantha means scriptures, Bhagavat. And Bhakti Bhagavat means person Bhagavat. So person Bhagavat, he said 3 types. One is who knows his Swarup, eternal identity with Krishna, and he has full-fledged love for Krishna. He is first class. Second class Mahabhagavat, who may not know his identity, Swarup, with Krishna, but he has full love for Krishna. Third category, he may not know his Swarup, he may not have pure love, but he is fully engaged. And this 9 symptom, you'll see, he is not wasting time, no Gramma Katha, he is not chit-chat, something, what's going on in the news, nothing. He's just busy on preaching and practicing. He is also Mahabhagavat. ISKCON leaders. Many ISKCON leaders are in that category. I don't want to say the name. You can identify by this. But I screen through.
Like Prabhupada Maharaj.
Prabhupada Maharaj, which category? You have to ask Prabhupada. Because even Bhakti Maharaj in Sanford, I mentioned this before. I purposely asked, even though I heard it. I said, Maharaj, you did ask about his Swarup. He said, yeah, you know already. I said, no, I want to hear. Tell me again. So he said, I said, Prabhupada, what is your Swarup? He said, if I tell you, you all will be fainting. I don't know what does that mean. He said, I don't know either. Now, you were not there. You should have been there to ask him. Can you be more specific?
I'll ask him.
Even in the fainting condition, maybe I can pursue. But that's why Srutakirti Prabhu says, one time he says, Prabhupada, these coward boys, you are very fascinated on the coward boys. Prabhupada said, well, there are many types of coward boys. There are also Priyanarma Saka, who are like a matchmaker, matchmaker between Radharani and Krishna, between Gopis and Krishna. I call matchmaker, don't. But that's how I have a slang English.
Prabhupada Maharaj said that, didn't want to come, but Krishna.
Correct. He did say to Bhavananda Maharaj. Yes, I have that quote. Bhavananda Maharaj told us. He asked Prabhupada. Prabhupada said, no, I didn't want to come. But Krishna says, no, you have to go. He said, but I don't like the material world. So he has some impression from material. Now we are going from material world, yes? This is Baldev Vidyabhushan, very nice explanation. He says, when you go from material world, Krishna may use you to come back, but you are not in danger anymore under Maya to preach because you are already aware of the material. Like to prescribe someone, to diagnose someone, you have to have that understanding complete. You cannot just guessing game. Right? You are a doctor,
Collect data.
Collect data. Yeah. Not that they know everything. It's still guessing game, you can say, but still it's a proven guessing game. Something like that. That this medicine works, okay, prescribe this game. Something like that. So Prabhupada said he didn't want to come. But then Krishna says, you just translate it into English and the rest I'll be there to take. So Krishna is behind this movement. So wonderful. So wonderful. Thank you. Okay, let's go back to the point. First symptom is Skanti. Skanti means you learn to tolerate. And we discussed other day. Who remembers? Tolerate for if somebody insult me, like somebody put something in the Facebook, it's a fact. It actually pushed me to go down deeper in my heart. And I said it in public, even in Alachua temple, where that person there. I said, that person did a good thing that I would probably never cry to Krishna. I want to cry. I'm laughing now because it was such an upliftment. And Phil knows about it. I did say in the class in Alachua temple. Immediately I said. So I cannot accuse that person. You say it has nothing to do with truth or lie. Okay, it's not a question of whether it's true or not. It's not true, but still, it's not a question. That person has at least Krishna sanction, it ignited me to go deeper in my heart. I wish I could do that again, but I can't. I don't have that intensity, feeling. So, can you tolerate? Yes. If you tolerate, you will uplift your consciousness. You will uplift your consciousness for sure. This is how Krishna will purify us. Not necessarily it is palatable, but if it is against Guru and Vaishnavas, then we will go in a three-way. We discuss, who remembers? If you cannot handle it, run away. If you are qualified, try to purify that person. That's called killing. Killing doesn't mean like a severe head. Killing means killing this dirt, whatever the confusion or something is there. And another thing I also mentioned, who remembers? Miss Alwani. Do you remember? I thought you asked that question. That when you face challenges, somebody asks a question or something like your, then you invite a person who can answer. How do you invite? Through your approach, meditation. Let Prabhupada sit in your heart and use your mouth to convince. This is called internalizing. You literally can evoke, you can invite Bhakti Charu Maharaj to sit in your heart and convince this person. Yes, you can do that. You practice. When are you going to practice? Next life? No, now, this time of your life. You evoke. And it will see, you'll be surprised. In one Acharya says, you have bhakti. You have bhakti? Yes, everybody has bhakti. How do you prove you have bhakti? How much you have? How do you know? So you write down, Prachar Bhakti ka dhakka. What does that mean? Means when you face a challenge, how much bhakti you have, it will act on that person. If you can make that person close to Krishna, you do have bhakti. If you cannot bring that person close to Krishna, you do not have bhakti. Because the nature of bhakti is dynamic. It's not a stagnant. It's not static. Dynamic. It will move from your heart to capture that person as you are wishing. And then that person will convince. And it will come. Wherever you are, whatever situation. I mean, Prabhupada is buying groceries for Sunday feast because nobody was paying any money. He would buy on his own. He would get little donation, was not much. Quarters, And he had in his sannyas, Uttariya, he would put this and put a nuts. In India, you will see people does this because he didn't have a wallet or purse. So after grocery finish, she bring the basket and this lady, she put it and putting in the registering all the prices. So then she said, sir, $7.50. Prabhupada pull out his dhoti and open it. He gave $2. He says, this is more than anybody would give you. And she has no clue. She's American, Western body. She's looking at him. What he's trying to say? Because in America, you don't go to grocery store and negotiate with them. So, I don't know if Prabhupada knew or not. So she said, sir, this is $7.50. Prabhupada said, I can read. I see $7.50. But this is okay. So Prabhupada opened, take 2 quarters. He said, now $2.50, more than anybody would give. But somehow or other, she was so fortunate that Krishna was inspiring her. She said, okay, 1 minute. She goes down below the table or desk and open her purse, pull out $5. He said, this is for you, I'm giving, okay? She put it in the register and then said, okay, now you can go. It took almost 50 years her to come back. She was just a Karmi. That she cries and comes back and now she's chanting in New York. It's so wonderful. So devotees are affecting. When affecting, how it is affecting, we don't know. Another impersonalist. This is like a true story. It's in the YouTube, you can see. 1968, Prabhupada went to San Francisco. Sorry, I'm going off. I'm just thinking how to squeeze the story short. Okay. We and Radhanath Maharaj went to Hardwar. Sometime he is invited to some impersonalist ashram, like in Caribbean. Maharaj also goes there sometime. So in Rishikesh, this guru, big impersonalist, he knows Radhanath Maharaj some or other. Oh, Maharaj has come. So he said, please come. They gave a big seat. Maharaj was sitting. And then whatever he was speaking to these 32 sannyasis, the Mayavadi sannyasis and all, he started thinking that Swamiji, talking about Prabhupada, he calls Swamiji. Oh, it was unbelievable how he ignited these souls in the heart of all those Western people in San Francisco. I remember. Then all of a sudden he started crying and he fainted. Now you tell me, is he Mayavadi or not? He was a Mayavadi, but his heart transformed because crying for Prabhupada. And then he comes out and he tells Radhanath Maharaj, you, please speak. So Maharaj started singing. And then he talks about, you will not believe what story, Kalabecha Sridhar and Lord Chaitanya, about their trade, about the banana flower and banana leaf. And all these sannyasis, they're erudite Sanskrit scholar, and they're cracking up and laughing because hearing this Lord is reciprocating on this. They're thinking, it's like, they're erudite scholar, but they're cracking up. Probably they feel bored every day, reciting these verses. There's no real heart transformation, first time. And at the end, everybody's so happy, joyful. So nice. So ISKCON is transforming the world, whether it's an impersonalist or a Karmi, whether it's a Prabhupada or Radhanath Maharaj. Till today, many leaders, its movement is moving. We want to be part of this movement, not stagnant. Yes. Thank you. Okay, sorry, I went up. So first symptom is Kanti. Abhyartha Kalattam means, okay, you know what I'll do? I will not talk about it. Let her start presenting and then we'll go with it. Otherwise, I'm looking at the time, I'm scared.
This is the fifth sloka you want to be.
Yeah, the fifth sloka, this is for your personal. Can you all memorize this?
Yes.
Whenever I see next time, you please. Because that's how you'll decide. Otherwise, you will not face struggle, but some people face struggle. They start doubting, is my guru like advanced devotee? No. Yes. Yes, bro.
Yeah, what's the slogan number of that?
But here, 23.
Yeah, 23 and 18 and 19.
Okay, Mother Kelly, please. Kaylee. She pronounced Kaylee, not Kelly. Okay, go ahead.
Hare Krishna.
Louder.
Hare Krishna, dear devotee.
That's good.
Presents chapter 17. And before beginning, though this is just a simple presentation, I just want to ask for the blessings from all the devotees in the room that find this topic such a so we'll get started. So, Adipari is a type of devotee that is experiencing this ecstatic love and their Prabhupada says. So these are a few of the characteristics that Ujjvala Adipari experiences. So when Pangovinda Prabhu was explaining that Ujjvala Adipari is one who is experiencing ecstatic symptoms, ecstatic love for God, it is spiritual. It's because they have transcended the material modes of nature. So it's above the spirit of the material platform. And then in the purport, they gave this analogy that the heart becomes illuminated like the sun. And when the heart is illuminated like the sun, then one's ecstatic love is being diffused into everything that they come in contact. So in this stage, one is no longer agitated by the material affections or material interests. Their only interest is to serve Radha and Krishna. So Bhava, ecstasy. So here it's stated in the purport or in the tantras actually, that ecstasy is the first symptom of pure love of God. So when someone experiences, they might show symptoms of shedding tears or shivering. though it's not like they're going to constantly be in this state. It's more of this an occasional thing that they will experience, mostly in private, things like that. And then the Prabhupada talks about samadhi. Samadhi is referred to when this outward appearance of ecstatic symptoms are staying within the mind, and then that ecstasy just continues. And then when this stage is reached, the appreciation, like the remembrance of this stage, is the cause for future exchanges of loving affairs with Krishna. So when one can experience these symptoms and then remember that, it causes for more of those experiences in relation to Krishna. So here, there's the example of King Ambarish. It's stated in the purport. Prabhupada gives this example. When King Ambarish was in difficulty by Durvasa Muni, he immediately went and was meditating on Krishna's lotus feet. So he experienced these external symptoms when he was put in that position. So just a quick question for everyone. So what are the two kinds of devotional service that we've discussed previously? Does anyone remember? Just two kinds.
Two kinds of,
Devotional service.
no, more specific, sadhana. Because devotional service is like a broader aspect. It's okay. I mean, you are right, but to be more specific, okay?
Maybe sadhana bhakti and Raghunav.
Also just looking for regulative and spontaneous. So these are the ones that Prabhupada is mentioning in the purport. And then within the regulative and spontaneous, within the regulative principles, there's two divisions, which are executive and effective. So Prabhupada says that Baba is experienced in the effective state of regulative principles. So here, this is one of the exam questions. It asks the two ways to experience Baba ecstasy. So here, the two ways that Prabhupada states in the purport are that it's achieved through constant association with pure devotees. And this is the most common way that people come to this stage of ecstasy, Baba Bhakti. The second one is that it's achieved through the special mercy of Krishna or the mercy of the pure devotees. And this one is more rare. Prabhupada gives an example in the purport that sometimes a person who has never attended school or college may be recognized as a great scholar, but that does not mean that one should avoid school and expect to automatically receive an honor. So Rupa Goswami comments in his purport that we should not just sit idly and wait for Krishna's special mercy. We should continue to perform our regular duties in devotional service, and then we should rigidly perform them, and we should simultaneously pray for Krishna's special mercy. We should never think that we don't need to do anything. So this is an example also given in the report. Does anyone know which process of devotional service Narada Muni developed ecstatic love for God? Actually, Narada Muni is kind of a special case because I think he's like in the purport, it says that he developed through the process of hearing. But we'll see later in this presentation that he also had Krishna's special mercy. There was so many things playing with Narada Muni. So the quote, Narada Muni, he explains in the Bhagavatam how he developed the stage of ecstatic love. So in Bhagavatam 1:5, verse 28, he says, "First I passed my days in the association of great sages during the rainy autumn season. Every morning and evening I heard them while they were singing and chanting the Hare Krishna mantra, and thus my heart gradually became purified. As soon as I heard them with great attention, the influence of the modes of material ignorance and passion disappeared, and I became firmly fixed in devotional service to the Lord." So this is the way that Narada Muni, he rose to the ecstatic love through regulative principles. He was constantly in association with devotees, hearing from them, and experiencing their taste. So here, this is another aspect of ecstatic love. that it affects whoever is in association with that devotee. So Prabhupada says in the purport that when a devotee speaks, his words can impress transcendental ecstasy within the hearts of its listeners. And so the quote here is Lord Kapila in the Bhagavatam. So you can see it's in Canto 3, chapter 25, verse 25. Kapila is saying, "My dear mother, when a person is actually in association with pure devotees, the sublime potency of my devotional service can be experienced." So this is another big reason why it's important to seek devotee association. We can develop unalloyed attachment for the Supreme Personality of Godhead in this way. I don't know, maybe people have experienced this on Harinam Sankirtan. This feels like in that association, everything goes away. You can really feel that fog, that ecstasy. Sure, everyone. So this is another one of the exam questions. It asks, what are the 3 ways that Krishna gives his special mercy? And so this is one of the more rare to, if we go back to the ways that one reaches Baba Bhakti, this is the one that is more rare. So in the purport, all the examples are referred to people in the Bhagavatam. There's a Bhagavatam that are very elevated. So this, when one is receiving Krishna's special mercy, one develops a devotion for Krishna without undergoing any of the emotional processes. And this is very rare. So the 3 ways that one receives Krishna's special mercy are through speaking,
So we can see.
glancing, and good wishes. So in speaking, we can see in the Naradiya Purana, this is when Lord Krishna is telling to Narada Muni that he says, "O best of the Brahmanas, I wish that you may develop unalloyed devotional service to me, which is full of transcendental bliss and all auspiciousness." So here, it's just by speaking Krishna's words, just by speaking to Narada Muni, goes him to this platform of devotion. By glancing, we see in the Skanda Purana, it's when the inhabitants of Jangala province, they saw the personality of Godhead, and so stricken with feeling that they could not withdraw their glance from him. So Krishna's glance just kind of ignited this pure love of God in these inhabitants. And then we have the heartfelt wishes. We see the example in Sukha Samhita, where Narada tells Srila Vyasadeva, he's telling him that he has a son who is the greatest devotee personality of Godhead. And so with that being said, we can see how just these 3 things are the form of Krishna's special mercy. Also, there's Prabhupada gives the example of Prahlad Maharaj, where Narada Muni, Narada Muni actually was the one who explained that Prahlad Maharaj's ecstatic love was just by the grace of Lord Krishna, which is interesting because Narada Muni was the one who spoke while Prahlad Maharaj was in the group. So he's even sending the credit of Prahlad Maharaj to Krishna. So this is the end of chapter 17. We'll just go into chapter 18 now. They flow together. So this one is referring to the character of one in ecstatic love. And these are the 9 characteristics. The question on the exam is to list 5 of these 9 characteristics. And so they can be listed in Sanskrit or English. But in the book, they're only listed in English. So I'll just quickly read through them, trying to save some time. So the first one is that one is always anxious to utilize time in devotional service of the Lord. Not like to be idle, always want service without deviation. 2, they are always reserved and perseverant. 3, they are always detached from all material attraction. 4, they do not long for material respect in return for activities. 5, they are always certain that Krishna will bestow his mercy. And 6, they are always very eager to serve the Lord faithfully. And 7, they are very much attached to chanting the holy names. 8, they are always eager to describe transcendental qualities of the Lord. In 9, they are very pleased to live in a place where the Lord's pastimes are performed. Examples are Mathura, Vrindavan, and Dwarka. So this is Srila Rupa Goswami's list of characteristics of one ecstatic love. So the first one we'll go over quickly is utilization of time. So we've learned previously that there are 3 functions that can be utilized in Krishna's service and therefore need to be controlled. So these 3 are the mind, the body, and the speech. So in this way, when one engages the words in reciting prayers, they're always thinking of Krishna in the mind, and they're engaging the body in offering obeisances by bowing down. They're always engaged in Krishna's service, and then the whole life is devoted to Krishna. So it is also said in the purport that if one is not performing either of these 3, they're doing some other kind of service. So when one's mind is always when one always has Krishna within one's mind, they're always performing devotional service. Then we have perseverance and reserve. So this is when one is undisturbed even in the presence of various causes of disturbance. And the example in the chapter is King Parikshit. So I'll just read this quick quote from the Bhagavatam 1:19-13. My dear Brahmanas, this is King Parikshit speaking. My dear Brahmanas, you should always accept me as your surrendered servant. I have come to the bank of the Ganges just to devote my heart and soul unto the lotus feet of Lord Krishna. So please bless me that Mother Ganges may also be pleased with me. Let the curse of the Brahmana's son fall upon me. I do not mind. I only request that at the last moment of my life, all of you will kindly chant the holy Vishnu, so that I may realize his transcendental qualities. So this is a perfect example of perseverance and reserve, because though King Parikshit was seeing the end of his life at hand coming soon, he remained undisturbed. He was so fixed on Krishna that he was not worried about his death. So he was able to remain patient even up until those last moments. Then we have detachment. So a devotee, these photos are kind of interesting. It's also interesting because in the purport, it gives the example of Bard Maharaj as detachment. And we can see how, though Bard Maharaj was perfect example of detachment, because he was so attracted by Krishna's feet that he was able to give up the youthful life and all the attachments to family, children, friends, and keep them. We do see that at the end he did become attracted to the deer, and that was the cause of future births. But he does display attachment. And then this other photo here, we talked about with Mother Anna that renunciation. So it's not just simply giving everything up. We can see in this photo, I just kind of imagined that this Prabhu here was holding a bead bag. He's like unaffected by all of those sense gratifications around him. So this is real detachment, is when one is no longer attracted to these external, external attachments that they just remain within. They're not really so concerned about the journey to the world. Then we have pridelessness. So pridelessness is when one, in spite of possessing all qualities of pure realization, they are not proud of their position. And in the purport, Prabhupada gives the example of King Bhagirath. So King Bhagirath was the emperor of all kings. He became a mendicant and went begging even to the homes of his political enemies and untouchables. And even then, he also bowed down before them due to his humbleness and his ecstatic love for Krishna. So Prabhupada even says that begging involves a person being ready to be insulted by others, but we have to tolerate this for the sake of Krishna. So King Bhagirath is a perfect example of this, and it's very inspiring. So the photo on the right shows that King Bhagirath as a great emperor, he was the one actually whose penance is called down the Ganges. And even then, he was going to people's homes and bowing down, begging for homes. So It's very, and then the picture on the left shows kind of his humble attitude in prayer. So very inspiring. Then we have great hope. So in this Rupa Goswami prays, so great hope is a strong conviction that one will certainly receive the favor of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So in Sanskrit, this is referred to Ashabanga. And Ashabanga is to continue to think, because I am trying my best to follow the routine principles of devotional service, I am sure I will go back to Godhead. So Prabhupada gives that definition of Ashabanga in the purport. And then Rupa Goswami's prayer is just, I feel it's just silly because he is really, I mean, you can hear. He says, I have no love for Krishna, nor for the causes of developing love of Krishna, hearing and chanting, and the process of Bhakti Yoga, by which one is always thinking of Krishna and fixing his lotus feet in the heart, is also lacking. So in this prayer, he continues to express his unfortunate condition.
You don't believe him?
No. Well, I will say, I think these devotees can pray like this because they have really experienced those, like that real connection. So when it's not there, even for a moment, they feel like they have nothing. There's like nothing is going on.
No, it's
So,
not that they don't have the prem, but the symptom of the having prem that they feel they don't have.
yeah. Yeah.
Their feeling is genuine.
I do feel like it is genuine, but I feel like it comes from this point because, like, for example, someone walking in the street is not going to pray like this because they have never experienced that real love of God. So unless one has really experienced that love, only then can they really pray like this.
Yes.
They can tell when it is missing.
Yeah.
So this is my mental speculation on why Rupa Goswami and other Vaishnavas are able to pray like this. Yeah, so let's read the Goswami's prayer. He was the example that Prabhupada gave the purport to this one. Then we have eagerness for achieving the desired success. So this also is an exam question. The one that is folded here, we can see this refers to. So eagerness for achieving the desired success is referred to as when one is eager to achieve success in devotional service. In Sanskrit is samutkanta. And then the exam question, it will ask, what is the analogy given in regard to the price of achieving success in devotional service? So this is the analogy, is that everything has some value, and one has to pay the value before obtaining or possessing it. So in that way, eagerness is the price for achieving success in Krishna consciousness. So the price that we have to pay to get Krishna consciousness is eagerness. We need that eagerness, that greed that Pran Govinda talks about, and then we can achieve success in Krishna consciousness. And the example given in the purport is Bilva Mangala Thakur. In the Krishna Karta. Thank you. So Bilva Mangala Thakur is saying, I am eagerly waiting to see that boy of Vrindavan, whose bodily beauty is captivating the whole universe, whose eyes are always bounded by black eyebrows and expanded like lotus petals, who is always eagerly glancing over his devotees, and therefore moving slightly here and there. His eyes are always moist, his lips are colored like copper, and through whose lips there comes a sound vibration which drives him madder than a mad elephant. I want so much to see him at Vrindavan. So this eagerness that Bilva Mangala Thakur is going to take him. That's why he achieved success in his devotional service. And then there's also a photo of Radharani here, because she's also given an example by the associates of Radharani, where they say, O Lord Govinda, the girl who is the daughter of King Vrishabhanu is now shedding tears, and she is anxiously chanting your holy Krishna Krishna. So she's also a perfect example of who is eager to be in contact with Krishna again. The last one is attraction for living in a place where Krishna has his pastimes. So these photos, we have Mathura and Vrindavan. And then we can also see one who just likes to visit the place where Krishna's pastimes. So people are going on parikramas to the various holy places. Rupa Goswami says that attachment for Krishna cannot be perfected in the heart of spiritual mental speculators. So it's very rare and not possible to achieve, even for many liberated persons. So we'll see Rupa Goswami and Prabhupada talk a lot about those who are imitate this attachment for Krishna. And so Prabhupada, he will talk about how common it is, especially for a person like us, to outwardly display these emotions. But I will not talk about that so much because I think we just focus on what we want to do as aspiring devotees. But it is important to help discriminate. We would like to know who is actually experiencing pure love of God. So if someone does want to know more about this kind of imitation, I would recommend reading some of the last parts of this chapter 18.
You're done? Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. As the questions are already answered within that, okay. Any takeaway? I know you all are hungry. Then I'll just talk chapter 19 next session and wrap up everything. And the third session will be each of you going to give a review what your takeaway. 1.5 months is a long time. You must have. So you have 4 hours to prepare for that. Last session will be including you, Logan, what you and Phil also. Everybody gives their own. Jagannath Prabhu also. You're not escaping. We love you. Is that okay? Okay.
I wanted to check.
Yeah.
We wanted to do a last.
He died? You mean better is dead, not dead. Dead.
I also think we wanted to check that last session, which is kind of a concluding session.
Yeah. Use this microphone.
Thank you. So last session we wanted to do as a concluding session. So I wanted to check. So should we do today evening that concluding session?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Is that okay?
I'm okay. I don't know if everybody
Is everybody okay?
okay. And, otherwise, I was thinking if everybody is available, then Sunday afternoon we can do that. But I don't know what is your schedule Sunday.
Don't ask me that because we can talk. She is asking me to explain. Say it.
You've been talking about it the whole time you've been here. The seven steps of removing anarthas.
I need like at least an hour to remove all the anarthas. There's 7 steps, but I can't just throw it. I like.
So you are planning to do it today, or you're planning?
What
to do it
today we have a chapter 19 all about love of God. So I'm going to give like storming, like hopefully. Okay, let's keep it that way. Maybe tomorrow.
Tomorrow,
Tomorrow we are going.
No, everybody will be preparing. Tomorrow we don't have any sessions.
Can I think?
When would we have time on Sunday?
Sorry.
When would we have time on Sunday?
Yeah, that is so. Sunday concluding is in the afternoon after the lunch, not at 4 o'clock, but maybe 3 o'clock. Depending on if everybody will be there on Sunday. What is the plan?
We are going to Alachua.
Yeah, everybody is packing, but I don't know what are their schedules. So that
if we
way,
leave here 3,
have
we'll be there 5. We'll have a prasadam there too.
because
We
Yeah,
want
we
to
can
leave
have-
here by 3,
Then it will.
if it is
not work.
possible.
Then it will not work. Because Sunday we will have Sunday program, and then I was thinking after Sunday lunch we can have a little ice cream and we'll have a little send off kind of thing. But we can try to do it today. That is not possible.
We can do today,
Sunday.
probably at the end.
Yeah, today would be.
Let's do it today at the end.
It's like a congratulations.
Yeah, that is what I was
Yeah.
going to do. But,
Can you do that this evening?
okay, if everybody is okay with the mindset.
Raise hand, how many you
everybody
want to add?
Study and prepare.
It's not only ice cream, there will be talk. Come on.
That is the challenge. That is what we are trying to figure it out. So now we want 7 steps to remove anarthas or ice cream. That is the question. That is the question. Yeah, easy.
How about we remove
Would be little.
That's not really relevant to the
Would be
karmis.
little, yeah, little bit.
how about we remove another slide in next
If you feel tired of Baton Rouge, you can move here.
I'm thinking at least
Yeah. It help us to coordinate some courses, and in that course you can help. So,
I'll be a student. To be students. I'll come to learn.
I am also student. I'm trying to coordinate. That is what Prabhupada is giving us seva. By learning, he is serving.
You both are humble.
So, okay, so let's do. So, I think there is inclination to hear from you 7 anarthas.
Yeah.
Or, how to steps to remove, 7 steps to remove anarthas. So,
After that, we can, after
maybe-
after another removes, we can have ice cream.
but before we should, it will not be, that will not be bad. So, what we can do then? Yeah, I was thinking maybe tonight's session can go a little longer.
Okay.
Okay, so let's do that way, because we would like everybody to see, everybody to give their feedback, give their experience. But we want to hear. So maybe we should start with hearing from you first.
Yeah.
Then whatever time you need.
No, I'll wrap it very
No,
quick.
whatever time, because topic is important.
Yeah.
So we all want to hear, because that would be a guiding principle. That is what I'm feeling. I don't know how it will. Guiding principle in our life. Achieve Krishna consciousness. And then we can go to individuals and give some time each of them, and then end with some prasada.
Okay. Sounds
So
good.
let's do that. So we'll start 4 o'clock today. So now the next session will be 11 o'clock. 4 o'clock.
Yeah.
And then if everyone can, I know some of you who are flying, you know your schedule, getting your schedules, but others who are driving and going back, let us know. You just text me. Either you're going on Sunday or Monday, that way we are aware what is the plan. Thank you very much, and Hari Mataji. It was wonderful presentation.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
So before we leave, I want you all, because next session I'm not going to talk about this bhava. So give me feedback. Pure prem, that's good. Pure prem, love of Godhead, comes in 2 ways. 2 ways.
comes from Krishna.
Thank you. Now Krishna has to sanction. You have it. Nitya Siddha Krishna Prem, that verse is also there, 22:7, that eternally in our heart. But it has to be sanctioned. This fine point, believe me, it can remove doubts a big time. Lot of devotee goes confusion on this. We have love of God, then why we have to get it like this? No, it is both. Krishna wants to see your endeavor, sadhana, and then he will sanction. You can bribe him.
Same is exemplified when Mother Yashoda was trying to bind.
Correct. Kripa Chester. Correct. Very good. Very good. You can put it that way. Okay. So, Krishna Prem are obtained by two ways. One is mercy. One is bhava. Let's go back to our personal level. We want Krishna Prem. To awaken Krishna Prem, we need to awaken bhava. In order to awaken bhava, you need to do sadhana. You can put it in a reverse way. So bhava, how do you awaken bhava? Two ways. One is sadhana, one is mercy. You have to remember this. These are like a little key point, then everything put together. Because somewhere you will see that somebody just got joy and they're immediately flourishing. Because that person did a lot of sadhana last life. And this life with just little mercy looks like took off. It's not by accident. It's just we don't have the history of every devotee's life. So mercy, how it comes? How many way mercy comes? 17th chapter. 3 ways. Very good. What are the 3s?
By glancing, by well-wishing,
Very good. Give it a little thought. Very nice. And you can think like this. Just like that girl in the grocery store. What did she do? She didn't do anything. It looks like. But Prabhupada was pleased that she pulled out $5. Well, Prabhupada didn't have that much money in those days. $5 is a lot of money. But she came on her own. So she did try, and Prabhupada actually glanced. You can say Prabhupada glanced, and Prabhupada appreciated. Thank you. Prabhupada did say thank you. That was enough to, after 50 years, come back. Now she got the mercy. She cries. That's like a very powerful. Okay. And by practice, by sadhana, how many types of sadhana we learned today from Mother Kaili's? 2 types. What are those? Somebody else beside Mother Anna. Your name is very unique, like
it's Hungarian.
Hungarian. I don't know why I call Anna. Anna or Anna Prasad. No, German. Okay, so what are the 2 types? Vaidhi Bhakti and Raganuga Bhakti. Very good. Vaidhi Bhakti, today she mentioned, Mother Kaili mentioned. Mother Kaili, what are the 2 Vaidhi Bhakti? Yes, very good. Give a plot to it. Very good. And how many types of Raganuga Bhakti? Atharva Prabhu is thinking, is he going to call me? Yeah, I'm calling you. 2 types. What are the 2 types?
One is Kamudu.
Yes, very good. Something else, of course, something else. What is the name?
It was in
I'm not asking history, who said where. This is the 2 way you can go to Golok Vrindavan. There is no 3 or 4. Out of 6 types of people, you remember one day I was hammering. I always say that word, hammering. On that, the 6th way you can go back home, back to God, or get out of Maya. It's not my opinion, it's Bhagavatam. Where is the verse? 7.1.30, 31, 32. These 3 verses explain this. Out of those 6, we only said, we focus only 2. 2 way you can enter into Golok Vrindavan. Because other 2 are for Vaikuntha. We are not focusing on it. So what are those 2? One is Kamarupa. Another is Who remembers? Sambandha Rupa. You have to remember this. Mother Joshoda's service to Krishna is what? Sambandha. Her love does not come first. Her relationship is my son. Sridham, Sudam, Madhumanga. What they think of Krishna? My friend first. Then love pours out. But Gopi is what? They don't have relationship. Paramour is not a relationship. Even in the material world. People criticize, or at least they look at wrong way. So what is their first? Love. Their feeling drives them crazy, which is good. Okay, good. That's it. This is in. And then chapter 18 was, this is chapter 17. Chapter 18 was 9 symptoms. Who is going to give us? Come on, some. This is, Prabhus and Mothers, you know why I'm forceful this? Because this is your life I'm talking about. It is not scripture. You have to feel these 9 symptoms. With your spiritual master, you examine his life or her life. Because in ISKCON we have also Mataji Guru. And then your own life. Are you developing this? If you're not developing this, then where are you heading? I'm chanting, but that is not that's the process. But why are you chanting? To awaken love for Krishna. So how do you know you are awakening love for Krishna or not? These are the 9 symptoms. You can detect. Say everybody loudly. Testing machine is within. So now you test it yourself. Skanti, Abhartha, Kalattam, Virakti, Mano, Sunnata, Asabandha, Samutkanta, Namagani, Sadaruchi, Ashuti, Tat, Gunakhane, Priti, Tat, Bashistale, Iti, Adya, Priti, Omkorejani. One who has developed love, these are the 9 symptoms. Do you think I think sometime about me? Sure. I tell you honestly, I think. Am I developing? Where am I heading? It's always good, no? Where destiny is, where I'm heading. It's not just driving. Where are you driving? First, you have to figure out where, and then you drive. Strategic planning means you see where you are, what are you trying to reach, or where are you trying to go, and how you going to go there after. First is why you are going there. Okay. 9 symptom, anybody? I said it in Sanskrit. Anybody would like to say it in English? Yes, Prabhu.
Anxious to utilize his time in devotional service of the Lord. The first one, he is always anxious to utilize his time in devotional service of the Lord. He does not like to be idle. He wants service.
No, not reading.
Yes.
No, memorizing.
I only learned the first one, which is Shanti, which is tolerance, forgiveness. The second one, he said, he does not stress.
Apetta Kalattam.
Yeah.
Very good, very good. You got 2. Somebody else, little more.
No.
Ashabandha. What is Ashabandha means? Not hoping after hope. Hoping after hope for karmis. We are not hoping after hope. We are holding a hope. My Guru Krishna will give me mercy. We are not just going, okay, it didn't work, let's go to another society or another. No, this is not. We are holding that Krishna will give me mercy. Krishna will. Devotee will give me mercy. This is Ashabandha. This is one of the symptoms. Do you feel that? Yes, that means you are advancing. Good. What is the another one? Another symptom.
Happy to reside in the place of Krishna's pastimes.
Good. Good. So you want to go to Vrindavan? Wherever Krishna Katha is. And you can remember the story of Prabhupada. What did Prabhupada say about Western Bari when he went to Radharaman temple and said, Prabhupada, I got a blessing from the Pujari. And he says, we bless you that you will next life take birth in this holy dham. And Prabhupada says, I want you to go back to him and say, thank you for your blessing, but I want to bless you that you take birth in the West and preach the glory of God. It's more important than taking part in Vrindavan and not glorifying God. That was, I never even could think. So what is important? Not only taking part in Holidam is good, but glorifying is more important. But you cannot glorify if you don't know what it is. What is the glory is? It's a catch. Okay, we got 4 out of 9. Quick. Yes, always ready to glorify the Namagane Sada Ruchi. Ruchi means taste. Ruchi is a taste. You have a eagerness, means you like it. You like to talk about Krishna. That's good. Okay, so we got 5 out of 9. Wow. 4 more. Oh, they say only 5? No, we need 9.
Have you said doesn't like to be idle? They can give 24 hours a day.
Very good. Very good. Kalatta. No more wasting time. Abhyartha kalattam. Abhyartha kalattam. Very good. So we got already 6 out of Mother Alwani. Huh? Serve Krishna. Whole thing is serving Krishna also. 9 symptom. Mahatma Prabhu. Never forget Krishna, always remember Krishna. That's also good. But here is a symptom that whether you actually developing love for Krishna or not. But Prabhupada did not say it will be automatically. He says you have to cultivate. You have to. Huh? Whole thing is sadhana. But this 9 symptom is very specific. Yes, Mother Brinda. Give her the microphone. Having Manasunnata. It's called Manasunnata. What is Manasunnata means? Pridelessness. What is pridelessness? What is Manasunnata? Glory will come. Glory will come. It is a common thing. Madhavendra Puri was trying to run away, but glory also running behind him. Wherever he's going. So what do I, more specific, Mano Sunnata means I'm not looking for pat. Profit, adoration, distinction, I call pat, short. No Acharya said this is just my mind. Lava Puja Pratishtha, same thing in English I call pat. Profit, adoration, distinction. You're not looking your own. Did you glorify Dr. Kundu? You didn't glorify me. Oh, I'm feeling horrible. This is horrible. This is nothing symptom of God. But glory will come. Glory will come, then you pass it to your guru. Don't be artificial. Because this is, to be honestly, don't take it personally. Sometime in Indian culture, we have like, oh, no. Don't glorify me. It's like, why not you? That person saw you remember so many things. Then you give thanks to person who reminded you. It's our Guru and Krishna. You follow? Pass on the, in America they call hot potato. Hot potato. Logan, what is hot potato? You are American. Yeah, exactly. He got it. He knows. You just pass it. Don't hold it. Oh, he likes my speech. No, it's not for you. Pass it to your Guru. Yes. Prabhupada did this all the time. It's called hot potato. Prabhupada says, yes, my Guru Maharaj, mercy is always. He always give credit. But don't deny that something passing through Krishna. What is Nimitta Matra Bhava Sabbachasi means? Instrument, become instrument. What does that mean? That it will come through you. So why you denying it? Become like a hot potato. Passing the hot potato. That's good. Thank you. Yes.
Always eager to discover the such word.
Yes. Namagane Sadaruchi. So let's see if we finish it. Skanti means tolerance, forbearance, forgiveness. These are all skanti. Skanti abhyartha kalattam, no wasting time. Vyartha means abhyartha kalattam, kala means time. Skanti abhyartha kalattam virakti. Virakti means detached. Like detached doesn't mean he is not doing nice service. He's doing very good service. He's eager to collect money. Detached means it's not for me, it's for them, for Guru Krishna. Skanti abhyartha kalattam virakti. Manasunnata means pridelessness. Means I'm not looking my per individual. Okay. Skanti abhyartha kalattam virakti manasunnata ashabandha. Ashabandha means holding a hope. Yes. We should never become hopeless. Okay. Ashabandha samutkanta. Samutkanta means very eager to glorify Krishna or serve. Very good. So in that sense, Mahatma Prabhu can be included. He said service, to serve. Good. Asabandha Samutkanta, Namagane Sadaruchi, eager to chant, glorify Krishna. Okay, Namagane Sadaruchi, Priti Tad Bashati Stale, Ashokti Tad Guna Akhyane. So there's a little difference between these two. Namagane Sadaruchi means he's tasting it and sharing it. And Ashokti Tad Guna Akhyane, but he has a eagerness. This is another quality. He has a eagerness to always glorify Krishna, establish Krishna. That's very nice. And Skanti Abhyartha Kalattam Virakti Manasunnata Asabandha Samutkanta Namagane Sadaruchi Ashokti Tad Gunakkhane Priti Tad Basati Stale. He wants to reside where glory of Krishna is there. That's it. Ite Adda Priti Ankurajani. That means you have a love of God. Haribol! Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Vancha Kalpa Taruvesya Kripa Sindhubevacha. Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bo.